Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Chaos Corner. My name's Chris. You are joining me in my studio in Newcastle. The weather is glorious out there, as you can tell from my not very effective blinds. And instead of going out and enjoying the sunshine, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Chaos Corner. My name's Chris. You are joining me in my studio in Newcastle. Guess who left the stream live with audio on their other computer? One day this will become a professional operation, but that day will not be today. So last week we had a bit of a shambles. We tried, but our good friends, the internet gods, just weren't going to play ball with us. But I did use the time, as I always will, to write some music, which you just heard, which was a oh god, I've forgotten the title of it. It's that obscure. Anyway, we took the One Britain, One Nation song, written by those lovely 8 and 9-year-olds in Bradford, I think, and we plundered it for sounds. It went through the pedal board. It went through various degradation processes. We put it through Borderlands Granular, which is one of my favorite things. And I've just realized that I have forgotten to start the stream from my iPad, so you wouldn't actually have been able to see anything I was going to do on the iPad today, which would have been somewhat disappointing. NDX capture, start broadcast. I feel very quite scatty today. It's been one of those days where the email notifications have been pinging, and not in a oh, look at me, I'm successful and busy, in a just the spam bots attacked today, and yeah, really kept me from relaxing. I should probably, there we go, we've got the iPad in, we've got all of our usual stuff. So yeah, it was a bit stressful last week, but I did get to have some fun, even though it was off camera. And I'm hoping today, fingers crossed, prayers for the internet gods, that we managed to stay live for the entirety of these 2 hours that we have together. So last week we were going to do stuff with symbols, and I got distracted by things from Twitter because it's 2021. And so today we are going back to symbols, and here we jolly well are. Crikey, that's dark, isn't it? I think I might actually have to get a bit more natural light in here. There we go. And now we can see it in all its glory. I need to invest in some more lights. Maybe one day that'll happen. But anyway, so we have this rather dark, splashy crash. Oh, from the 1970s, made by a company called Zyn, Z-Y-N, who my good mate Pete Hill put me onto because they're cheap. And I wanted a symbol that I could, let's be honest, ruin and torture, and that, was still of some quality, but nothing that wouldn't take into being broken. And so we've got a number of things that we're gonna do to this symbol today, and let's have a look at what we've got around. So it's a classic. We've got a bow. We are going to bow the symbol. This week I learned about rosin. Who knew? I'm going to put that back where it was before I break it. We have one of these, which is a Data and Audio surface transducer, and that is going to stick on and let us play some sounds through the symbol. We've got some cheap old contact microphones that are already sticky and already have the ends on them, and I think I bought 8 of them for a tenner, which was great. And that is going to capture some sounds that we put through it. And then for the last trick, we go onto the bottom shelf, which is not a place we go very often, mainly because it's quite hard to keep it in shot. And those more eagle-eyed amongst you might notice that next to the Elmira, we have made a substitution, and we no longer have a Volca base there. We have the Coma electronic field kit, and let's unplug that and hold it up. There we go. It's a Coma electronic field kit, and you can route lots of things into it and lots of things out of it, and it is lo-fi and noisy and crunchy and experimental, and I love it. So that will plug back in. One of the great things about the field kit is that it has a DC 9-volt output. Well, what does that mean? Well, it means that we can use it to control motors. There we go. And if we want to get really fancy, we can do solenoids as well, but I haven't actually got around to building anything for the solenoid to attach to yet, because it's a bit fiddly, and to be honest, I just haven't had the focus. But this is quite cool. Let's switch on our... You'll also notice that I've just stuck... We're not going to use the looper today, I don't think, so I've just stuck a microphone over the symbol so we can hear a few things. Let's listen to that motor. Oh, a bit more room sound in the mic. It's fantastic. I really love it. So we'll come to motorizing things a bit later. Sort of love the symbol. Love it a lot. It's crashy and splashy, and doesn't really have any inherent pitches. It's not like a gong that has a kind of defined pitch to it. So for our pitched material, we are going to do some Alvin Lucier style things, and Am I going to start with this? No, I'm not going to start with this. I'm going to start with some bowing. And I'm going to start with some bowing because once I attach the surface transducer and contact mics to it, it resonates loads less. And we definitely want it to stay good and resonant while we're bowing it. So let's go back over here. And like magic, I remember to switch the microphone over, and hopefully you can still hear me. We've got our Ableton file hanging out here. We've got our disintegration stuff, which we will come to a bit later. I don't know if that made it onto the stream last week. It may or may not have done, but essentially, I'll talk about it briefly. All it does is records a sound into an Ableton looper, which we can clear, and then it sends that looper to an aux, and then that aux goes back into the looper. Why is that cool? Because it means we can process things iteratively. So we can put it through an effect chain once, and then again, and then again, and then again, and the net results can be really, really fascinating. And we're actually going to use that to get our pitched material for this piece a bit later. But to kick off with, let's have a new audio channel, and let's call this Bode. And this is going to be mic input 3. Don't need, let's just make sure we're not going to hear any countings or clicks. Grab my cymbal. Let's have a go. And we've recorded us some Bode cymbal. It's a bit on the quiet side. But digital preamps. So, well, digital, we're in the box, so we can gain things up without adding too much noise. Let's have a little listen to what we've got there. In fact, you've just listened to it, and I know I haven't, but hey, what's between friends? I know the first thing I'm going to want to do is slow loads of this down, because those really high horror film overtones are, such a staple of the, what you can do with Bode cymbals. And they're fine and all, but they're not necessarily the direction I want to be in today, because, to be honest, I'm feeling a little stressed, and what I really don't want is to teeth-gratingly dissonant top-end stuff. So let's just have a listen to this pitch down. Okay, I'm looking for like the pure overtone. So in that last one, we've got two fairly high harmonics that are kind of clashing with each other quite nastily. And right now, that's not what I want. So we're going to get rid of that one. Go. Oh, that is lovely. Let's see what we can eke out of that with a bit of EQ. There are some truly gorgeous sub-frequencies coming out of that. No, we can get rid of that one. Yeah, like that one too. I should probably denoise those, but to be honest, ugh, who has the time? So we've got these three lovely things. Let's and we're just going to checkerboard these, I think, so that essentially we're going to make a loop out of them. And then I realised the other day that one of the things that we haven't touched on at all is pull stretch. I don't think we've looked at pull stretch on the channel, on the stream yet. So I think today might be the day for some pull stretching. There we go. Back there, and then we should have a perfect loop. Not that we really need this to be a perfect loop, but let's cut that, drag that over, just so we get a little bit more continuity. You know what? That'll do. So let's sample that. Here we go. All right then. We've got our little gesture. Let's gain up a bit. And then let us have someone's very kindly ported pull stretch to a audio unit, which means that you don't have to deal with the awful file browser in pull stretch. But anyway, I feel bad. I mean, it's such a like staple of experimental composition. Like Hans Zimmer has used pull stretch on the score to Inception famously, and might have used it a bit on that space one, Interstellar. That space one with Matthew McConaughey. But anyway, this is the thing, is that hey, there we go. The desktop capture that I'm using doesn't, for some reason, pick up floating windows, which is really annoying, and I just haven't found a way to do it. But anyway, we will look at Live's thing, and we've got a stretch amount control down here. Oh, crikey. I've just had the dreaded message from my wife, which is, you're divorced. No, the internet's gone down, which I think it may have done. No, I think we're still here. If I believe there is one person watching. If that is you, and if that is you, Chase, could you just put a message in the chat and just let me know you're still there? Because I have a horrible feeling that this is all broken again. That's going to make me really sad. The thing is, I have streamed so many gigs from this, done so much streaming work from this room. And if it has gone down, I will be, yeah, it's gone. Okay. Genuinely, I'm quite concerned that there might be... Oh, one sec. My wife has checked my stream. That didn't sound great. But anyway, I'm going to check it on my phone and see whether it's working. This is really just not my favourite thing in the world. Look, Chase is saying that he... There we go. Lovely. All right, so we're still here. Pull stretch. That's what we're doing. We've loaded our sample into it. Trust me, I know you can't see it. And let's play it back and see what ungodly mess we have wrought. Okay, well, that's rather nice. Quite like that already. What should we do with it? I mean, I was going to go on a whole Alvin Lucia thing and like put white noise through the cymbal and um, then repeat it until we got chords and stuff. I think we might still do that, but first things first, let's record a whole bunch of that pull stretch business. So we'll do that on my resampling channel again. Okay, that is plenty we have there. I really like that. Again, it is just a question of what to do with it. What is really nice is that we've got quite a clear, I'm not going to say fundamental, but the most prominent harmonic in that is fairly obvious. So let's find it. Okay, 316 hertz, or E flat, D sharp 3 to the friends among us. So come on, we've done 3 of these. We haven't used contacts yet. Sorry, I realise we're half an hour in. I haven't really touched the hardware rack yet, but I will. We'll get there. I think we may end up sequencing this actually from the iPad. Maybe with Suggester. No, with Fugue Machine. And I haven't even used Fugue Machine yet. It's just all of my favourite toys we are just going to get to play with today. No, don't do it in Contact, Chris, because no one can see it because of NDI being rubbish. Let's put in... it doesn't really matter. We're Ableton Simpler, which is in Instruments, Chris, has got a lot better. So we can drop one of those in, set our root key. Now, where does one set the root key? Oh, it's been a while since I've done this. Anyway, we can transpose it down. So D, C sharp. So just down 3 semitones. There we go. And lovely. Let's put a tuner on that and just check that I haven't done something really stupid that's going to make... Yeah, I mean, it's in the ballpark. Let's, we'll just knock it down a couple. And now, ooh, it has warped it. Let's stick it on texture and see what happens. Oh, I love it when you can hear Ableton's warp modes fighting. And you kind of really can in that. out some of those up harmonics with some overdrive. Yeah, I can really get behind this. I was going to do maybe some filtering. Oh, okay, and then maybe a little chorus, though we are going to be sticking this in mono, so. Yeah, that's really nice. Okay, so has this jump back over? Yeah, that's cool. So we're going to set this as a MIDI input, and we're going to set it from the USB MIDI interface, which is what's connected over there. We'll bang it on channel 1, and then we'll go and see what we can do with it. Well, that's entirely frustrating. So might have to do all of my visuals changes by hand. Let's see whether I did connect my iPad. And I did, but I'm over there. Here we go. Here we go. You know what? Let's reboot my phone while I'm doing this. That's really embarrassing. I've actually forgotten how I switch this phone off. Because I don't think I haven't done it for so long. That's fine. We'll give Stream Deck one more go. Let's see if it finds it while I'm doing this. All right. So we don't need any of our audio channels for the time being. We're going to want a MIDI channel, and we are going to want two things. We are going to want no, I think it's gone down. I am sorry, everybody. Like, it appears that everything is still up and running, which is really nice, but nothing on my home network seems to be, which is slightly concerning. But that's fine. I'm going to carry on regardless, and hopefully this all goes out. Yeah. Chase, if you're there, just Send me a message on Facebook if it goes down again. All right. So we want Fugue Machine, and then we are going to want and then we're going to want the Mosaic, which is a fantastic coding environment that Bram Boss, who I promise to mention at least once a stream. I promise. Can't do, you literally cannot do. Thank you, Chase. There is quite a lot of a delay, Chase, so do not worry about that at all. But anyway, no, I can't see your YouTube comments, but we will get there. Anyway, so what was I doing? Probability gate. But yes, basically he has made this handy dandy bit of software that lets you, like, if we look at the code, you can script your own MIDI effects within AUM. It's gorgeous. And I use it to about a third of its power. So we're going to want to route Fugue Machine, and we're going to want all the playheads out of Mosaic, into Mosaic, and then Mosaic into UMC. Nope. I think it's just because it's the bottom of my screen. I'm having fat fingers. There we go. And then Mosaic over there. And that means if we set all of this to be on channel 1. Oh. I thought I could set it. Settings. Play has. That's all on channel 1. Now. Lovely. Maybe a little quiet, but we can fix it in the mix. So we now have Fugue Machine triggering that sample we just made, and I'm in a D Dorian kind of mood. I know I always do D Dorian because it's simple and I like the sound of it, but let's do something different. We are going to set it to 1 bar. But I think we're going to work in. Can I not set less than a bar? I mean, I have sort of given up, but we'll get there. It's fine. So that probably looks. Let's just listen to that. Let's slow it down to play at half speed. Bang in at quarter speed. Ooh. Let's pull that window over here. Let's see if this is working. Now you're saying that's live, but I don't believe it's live. Because that's not what I should be outputting.